In the next scene, you'll watch a role play. I'll be the voice of the license holder, and Debbie will play the part of the compliance specialist. Pause, rewind, and take notes. How would you respond? Some states, such as Michigan and California, require the 24 alphanumeric metric tag number to be placed on the compliance label on the final form unit that is sold to consumers and patients. Listen in on the scenario and take notes. I'm writing with a question about metric tags on shipments. We print labels on our products which have all the compliance information ahead of creating a shipment. There is then a metric tag for that specific shipment that is created and put on the manifest. A retailer is rejecting the order because the number on the box doesn't match the printed label. How do you handle this workflow?
What I recommend is after your COA test on the production batch to only create one child tag after this step. I attached a diagram to reference the child versus parent source tag relationship. Do not create more than one tag from the production batch. The production batch tag with the COA will be the source or parent tag. The reason for this is because the tag the retailer will receive will be the child tag. However, the UID on the compliance label will still be recorded under the source column in the metric, allowing the retailer to still find the UID on the compliance label and in their metric. I have received clarification that the UID on the compliance label should be the production batch tag the COA sample was pulled from. If this is the UID on the compliance label of the final form unit, you are completing this flow correctly. If you're having trouble with the flower products and your retail partners, I recommend only recording the harvest batch and not the UID on the label, for Michigan specifically. Other states may still require the Metrc UID. In this case, follow the same workflows as manufactured goods. For Michigan specifically, the regulations say this is an or statement, and I interpret either the harvest batch or package UID is sufficient to cover this requirement.
Thank you, Debbie. Just a follow-up question with more detail. I'll give you a specific example based on a product. We will have a package of flour tested, and upon getting the results, we will put it into pre-packaged jars. Each pre-packaged item will then get stickered with the metric label that has all the state-required information as well as the tested batch metric number. Those then sit in inventory until we receive an order. At that point, the team pulls the jars for delivery and breaks out a new metric package tag, a child tag, for the manifest to transfer the jars to the customer. It is too costly and time-consuming to relabel all the individual packages, so the retailer must then resticker with a new metric number from the manifest. The retailers do not like having to resticker, so our question is, what are our options to simplify this? As I read through your email, it almost sounds as though we could have just one child package tag for all the inventory. Am I misunderstanding?
I will explain using the hierarchy diagram. The main problem you're running into is no matter what, your team will always have to repackage to a retailer because Metrc only allows one UID to be in one license at a time. When you go to test the flour, you want this to be your parent tag. You should then skip the Metrc repackaging step while creating the final form jars with compliance labels. You should not repackage again until pulling the retailer order. This will allow the parent-child package relationship, and the parent tag will show up as the source package within Metrc. Try this instead. You want the retailer to see the parent tag, tested UID tag to be the source package for the retailer. If you skip the Metrc retagging step during the workflow, you will be able to accomplish this. This is because Metrc only shows the source tag as one step back from the current tag creation. If you're able to accomplish the parent to child tag flow, create an educational one-pager to provide with shipments to teach retailers how to find the source packages, the tested Metrc UID, and to show this is still compliant. RMCC can help you with this. Another option, which may be very different for your workflows, however, very common in other states that have distribution warehouses, is to create cases of the jarred flower products, for example, 16/8 jar cases. This will ensure you can label the child package on the compliance label, and the package that would be shipped to the retailer is already created, so no repackaging to the retailer.
Thank you. I appreciate you showing me how to complete a proper workflow for Metrc tag shipments and recommending the one-pager to support retailers in finding the source package.